Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, we'll take few minutes to clarify ourselves, how this meditation can help for us to cultivate our inner awareness. Because understanding it by yourself is very necessary. Because when you have that clear understanding, your practice is going to become more sharp. Otherwise, without knowingly how this mechanism works inside and how the result going to come, what is the total outcome. If you don't know that, so whatever you practice, it may take you to some different destination. Mental practice, today that we name this as meditation, all this mental practice, it's kind of like you go to ice cream place, ice cream shop. So there are many flavors, many colors, and many tastes. But you have to be aware and you have to make sure it has ice, the coolness. Because otherwise, that you may say you eat ice cream, but it becomes something else. So when it comes to mental practice, it is your own responsibility to develop that clarity inside. So that's why every day we bring up some kind of little bit information. And that information resonate inside you, and while you practice, it makes you more clear to go deeper. So when it comes to this tranquility meditation and vipassana meditation, from the beginning, we have to be very clear. Our purpose is not just keep practicing. Our purpose is not developing the lifestyle to have a good life and to have a very safe sansaric journey. It is not our purpose. So our purpose is to understand this, and through that understanding come to the end. So that is our purpose. You don't look for kind of like a pleasant journey, because there is no something kind of pleasant journey. It's always things change, and always things depend on according to the cause and the necessary cause and conditions in that environment. Even though we have a ability to predict, plan, the world not going to work according to the way we plan. So that's why the meditation is a kind of like a way you deeply recognize this nature. And for that, we have two different ways of mental culture path. And one is tranquility meditation, and another one is the vipassana. So this tranquility meditation is a kind of like a way you apply certain basic principles to get into tranquility state. So it is very important preliminaries to go with the preliminaries that go with the basic. So when it comes to that, the very important thing is your body. If you accumulate all the wealth, the gems, the gold, everything, and put it to one place, just imagine it, put it in front of you, all the wealth from the world, but still your body, in this very moment, the body that you have is more valuable than that all the wealth in the world. So that is important. Why? Because your body has ability to gain the liberation. And your body has ability to help you to attain to the enlightenment. So that is a very basic principle that you have to understand. So then when it comes to meditation, in the very first level, you have to appreciate the body, and you have to take care of it very well, and you have to maintain it. You cannot abuse the body. But unfortunately, a lot of people, especially the people who practice this spiritual path, the meditation, the yoga, and doing exercise, this kind of things sometimes. So mostly the spiritual people, the name that behalf of the spirituality, whatever they do, they abuse this body. Don't do that. That is not the Buddha's way. Maybe there is another way. It's up to, if they find some kind of liberation, it is okay. But when it comes to tranquility meditation and the vipassana meditation, always you have to remember, we develop this practice with the very authentic way. We don't get any kind of a new method, new knowledge. There is nothing. Whenever you have opportunity, go back to the very basic, authentic wisdom. So then these teachings will show you. Because day by day, name of the newness, that we mostly get a lot of unnecessary informations. So then you have to be very careful. You don't need to be available for everything. This is not the time. There will be a time for that, but this is not the time. So that's why in the very base, when it comes to this path, the very important, the beginning point is your body. Take care of it very well. Don't feed anything to your body. It is very precious. It's very important. And you have to appreciate it. And develop it well balanced physically. That doesn't mean you grasping it, holding it, clinging to it. No, because you understand this is the vehicle that help for you to go this journey. And once you have that ability to understand and put the value on your body, when you take care of it, maintain it in a certain way, you're finding some kind of balance inside with your mind. And once you have that balance, then we go to develop the tranquility state. So even when it go to the meditation, always you have to remember that the very first level, that find the physical comfort. That doesn't mean you do anything to find the comfort. No, this posture, upright posture, is something that give the harness with the gravity. And once your body start to synchronize with the gravity, you feel some kind of comfort. And that is where mind becomes free. And with that, we go to develop the awareness with the moment. So then with the first thing, one of the very preliminary, that the basic thing is the body. And the other one is, once you enter into meditation, that the moment, time, this moment that you have, very precious. You have to understand the value of the body, the time. It is kind of like the precious avocado time, right? Because once you cut the avocado, and if you let it be there for few hours, what will happen? It get dark, and even the taste also going to be different. So like that, this moment that you have, time, you have to put value on it. That's why it will help you to have a deeper self-discipline with your mind, because the thoughts always go here and there. But that value, when you understand the value of the moment, then somehow your awareness is going to be here. Because you know this moment will pass, will change. After this moment, maybe we don't have any time to sit like this. So then you bring the value. That is the second one. And then the primary mental object. There are a lot of things come to our mind, but we don't harbor into that. We don't hold it. We don't focus to that things. We consciously recognize something. So here we take our own inhalation, exhalation. And then little by little, you keep focus to that. When you keep focus to that, another way it called that you bring all the thoughts to that inhalation, exhalation. Nothing else. Even though many things pop up in your mind, You don't put value on it, and you keep focusing to inhalation, exhalation. Another way it's called collective awareness. You develop that. And when you develop this collective awareness, then you experience the unification of the mind. That you bring all the mental capacity to one place. And that moment will help you to recognize that what is happening within you in this very moment. So that's the tranquility state. So developing that unification of the mind and be with it, harness with it, again and again, go with it, expand the capacity to recognize the sensation, inhalation, exhalation. And that also brings us many experience. But our purpose is not go with that any experience, but to see deeper inside us. So that is where the revolution happened, the mental revolution. Why it called the mental revolution? What is the meaning of the revolution? So the very nature of the revolution is destroy the perfection. That is what called vipassana. When everything go perfect, when everything go correct to the one side, and can you go towards other side? That's why it called go against the current. So the very nature of the vipassana, rather than settle down with the comfort or the satisfaction or the very tranquility state, thoroughly, deeply, vigorously, you observe your own experience. So that experience means whatever related to this body, and another way, the perception with our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind. So now you are in a place to see this clearly, that happening, that this perception happening, and you are recognizing you are the perceiver. And through the vipassana level, what you can see, this is what happens. When you thoroughly, deeply observe the experience, you recognize that experience happening, that when the sound comes, smell, taste, sensation, thoughts arise, you recognize. It is not outside. It is not outside. There is a part of it outside, but it is that what you experience is not outside. The sound comes, that as a sound, what you experience, whatever the picture that you see, what you experience, it happens in you, inside you. So inside you doesn't mean your legs, your back, your shoulder. It is in your mind. So that is where the tranquility state and the vipassana state going to be harnessed, come together. And when you recognize this happen in your mind, you know it is not outside, and also that whatever the sound or the smell or the taste or whatever the thoughts, even it is not that already inside you. It is not a kind of like a concrete level of preconditioned mind. because the mind itself is not even solid. So understand very carefully. Be with me. Your mind is not solid. It's most of the water, and it always wiring and firing with the neurons, the current. It's exactly kind of like a jellyfish. It doesn't have the solid, even very single moment. If it is that, you dead. It's always like kind of like a shaking, moving and floating. And even it doesn't related to this body. It's all around your brain, all the water. So, but this whole experience happens there. And then entire your body interconnect and help for that experience. In the tranquility state, you recognize this, you know that. So then you come to a point, the experience doesn't happen already outside and bring it to in, or it's already not completely, concretely happening inside you. And it's not a kind of like a solid level of mental experience. So then what you can see, when the perception comes, when you perceive it, in that very moment, the experience happens and disappears. So the mind, moment by moment in a flow, and you experience moment by moment happening. So once you recognize that, you're not going to hold it to any kind of moment of experience, because you know, you see that all happening in your mind. And that is where you become more slow, and that is where you become more careful, because what happens in the moment, it's like a dream. It is not outside and it is not inside. When that two things come together, the experience happens, and even it not going to be there and hold even one single moment. That is where you recognize this experience come out of not the self-centered idea. This whole experience happens as a result of necessary cause and conditions within your body and within your environment. So when you recognize that all the experience is not just the self, it is a part of environment, and it is just not the environment, it is a part of you also. So how about that? When you come to that kind of understanding, what will happen in you? Then you become more humble. Why? Because you recognize it's a part of you, this outside. Because you are itself, that what your experience is your environment. And your environment itself means you. When you come to that kind of understanding, you always surrender to the law of nature. So that behavior make you more and more mindful with the moment. That is what you need. When you become more and more tuned to the moment of awareness, recognition, it's always you take the responsibility that, and at the same time you recognize that the moment of experience, there is no way go back. The moment of experience happening as a result of many other things around you. That is where you come to recognize it's the you are itself belong to this universal consciousness, because your recognition happens as a result of this entire universe. And then as a result of that, what happens, your experience itself become the recognition. That is the ultimate place. Your experience itself become the recognition, and itself become your awareness. So if it is become like that, your life itself become your mind. And your mind itself become your life. Then there is no place to think and do. Because there is no separate people like that. There is no separate entity to do that way. Think and do. But that is what is we learn, what is we do, what is we try, what is we learn through the life. We learn always think and do. So there is no separation being and doing. When the day comes for you to, these two things come together, and doing and being is the same moment, same place, in the same timing, same environment, you free from self-centered view. And that is itself is a new way of experience for you, but through the history, all the enlightened masters already had it. But for us, maybe it's going to be a very brand new way of experience. So that is the authentic, this enlightened way of practice. So then this moment, we're going to dedicate ourselves and try our best, give our best with our practice to tune to that. So it's already there inside you, and only thing you should know is everything happening in your mind. And little by little, through the tranquility state, get into that. And from Vipassana, you deeply observe and recognize that. And then it will take you to the deeper level of this wisdom path. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit. Your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line. And be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body, please, and observe head to toes. Say Suvapatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And when it happens, through the sensation of it, recognize inhalation as inhalations, exhalations as exhalations. Do nothing extra. Bring attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this with clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away. Already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one hate anyone. Let no one out of anger or ill will do any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun. Spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Supreme Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Tavata cha ammehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya Dhammanu Dhamma Patipattiya Buddhang Pujemi Dhammang Pujemi Sanghang Pujemi Attaya Imaya Patipattiya Jati Jara Vyadi Maranam Paribunjisami Idamme punya kambang asavakkayavang hotu sabba dukkha pamuntutu. Bless you.